Alright, welcome to Conspiracy Fact Daily. It is February 1st, the first day of February, and what better way to start off the new month with more war propaganda coming out of Iran. But here's the really amusing thing, especially amongst conspiracy fact type people. If there's one organization, well, there's a few organizations that always put up a huge red flag if they're mentioned in the context of news developing around some major event. And the good old Council on Foreign Relations popped up today in the news because they have some new intel on the situation in Iran, and specifically how Iran is pretty much best friends with Al-Qaeda, and that we definitely need to consider that with our future steps with whatever we're going to do with Iran, because they're pretty much best friends with Al-Qaeda, and that comes from the Council on Foreign Relations. Now, if you're not familiar with the Council on Foreign Relations, it would probably take 30 minutes to describe exactly what this organization is. And for the longest time, I can remember a decade ago, if you mentioned the Council on Foreign Relations, people would be like, what are you talking about? That doesn't even exist. That's not even real. Of course it's real. But now the idea is that the Council on Foreign Relations is real. It's not a government body, but they do a real good job. So today, the Council on Foreign Relations did a real good job of scaring the hell out of our government, essentially. And eventually it's probably going to scare the heck out of our people. Because the Council on Foreign Relations says that Iran has major ties to Al-Qaeda. And you know what that means. So, the Council on Foreign Relations is not a government body. It is a group of people. Many times it'll be certain congressmen, it'll be different world leaders. But basically it's a think tank for the New World Order. And you can say, oh, well, that's just theory. No, it's fact. It is fact that they get together and they try to figure out how to influence our government to make certain decisions to make us have less sovereignty and be more tied into the New World Order. I mean, it's as simple as that. That is not a theory. And I actually, later on, I might read from David Rockefeller's memoirs. Anybody can check this out at a library, straight from his own words. The title of the chapter is Proud Internationalist. And essentially, he pushed the CFR, the Council on Foreign Relations, to do just that, to destroy America's sovereignty, but not because he hates America, because that's just what the world needs. The world needs a new world order. They believe in this. Nations' sovereignty needs to be destroyed. So, that was the big news coming out of Iran. So, further details on Al-Qaeda and Iran, according to the CFR, check out my blog. I've got an article on there about that. Give you some good information. But I tell you what, I would not be surprised if this now becomes a talking point in the GOP debates. I would not be surprised if Santorum and Newt literally is a Council on former, I mean, he may be current, I'm not sure, but he has been on the Council for Relations. He's actually mentioned as one of the members in David Rockefeller's memoirs. And you may not know this, but Newt used to be considered a Rockefeller Republican. And we'll go into a little bit about that, what exactly that means.